Hello, my name is Jeanne Randorf, and I'm offering a course this fall about the writer Colette. As a source material, we will be using a compilation called The Collected Stories of Colette, edited by Robert Phelps. This book is currently out of print, but widely available on used book sites. When I first thought about this course, my questions were, why Colette and why now? First, it is the 150th anniversary of her birth, so always nice to celebrate a birthday. And while her works are not widely read in the United States, she is one of the best-selling authors of all time in French literature. So what other reasons might we have for reading her stories here and now? I thought about this and came up with three big ones. Reason number one. She was a keen observer of people and the society around her. Her interest was always in the private spaces in our lives, never metaphysics, never politics, but always the subtleties of relationships and emotions. She herself said, and I quote, "The human face has always been my greatest landscape." Reason number two for reading her stories is their relevance to us today. She asked questions that we are still asking ourselves today in our cultural life. For example, can relationships ever work? Can men and women ever live together happily? If not, can we live happily alone? As the saying goes, can't live with them, can't live without them. Can I ever make my mother happy? What does it mean to be a woman? I believe Ted Cruz asked something like this recently in a Senate hearing. What's our relationship with nature? And lastly, who are the outsiders in our society and why? Reason number three for reading these stories is her beautiful, lyrical, yet spare prose. She never tells the story, she shows it. Our very first readings were chosen to highlight the elements of her skill as a writer. First is her ear for authentic voices. In the story's Dialogues for One, we completely understand the personality of the speaker in spite of the fact that we only hear one side of the conversation. Second is le mot juste. She chooses just the right words to convey a person, a place, or an encounter in a believable way. Third is her lyrical, poetic prose that she uses to evoke sentiments and that we all recognize. Nostalgia, sensations of the natural world, and our longing to exist in that world. And lastly, her use of imagery. The story I chose to illustrate this is called The Sick Child. It's a wild ride through the mind of a seriously ill child that I just could not put down. I had to read it in one big gulp. So I hope I have given you a taste of Colette's work, and I look forward to our conversations about these stories. Please feel free to contact me if you have any questions. Thank you.